Hello everybody, GL1 here. Welcome to my online toy museum. And today I'm going to go over a few of the Lord of the Rings characters that I have. These are really high quality, well made toys. There are a couple different brands, actually three, but they're compatible with each other. So this here, these little guys here, okay, the dwarves and Bilbo belong to one company. And what I could find is that these were from a company called The Bridge Direct. Um, I threw away the box, so I'm not sure. But in any case, this is Bilbo, and he is from that, like I said, this is all the Bridge Direct, and this is BST AXN. So I think that means best action. And, he's small enough, and you can get him to sit on Gandalf's shoulder. I have gotten him to stay up there. So I'm going to go through these first, though. These Bridge Direct figures are really, really well made. So the first one here is Dwalin, and you can see that he even has the tattooing on his head. You see, on the back of his head as well, and the top. And, they have, actually, for how tiny they are, they have good articulation. So you have, wrist movement and elbows and a little tight. And they have a lot of accessories that they fall off easily, like his little dagger here. But it is even removable. So, you can lose everything. I keep these in a glass case altogether, so at least, lessens the chance of me losing them. However, it is still possible when you're transferring them from one place to another. So, all right, look, you can even see he's got, the wrist and fist armor for punching, has a big hammer, and then on the back he has a couple of removable battle axes, so you can take those out, and then he can hold on to them. And also what's good about these is they can hold on to all their weapons. Their hands and weapons are small enough and compatible enough to hold everything. Now, he does not stand well, and there's no foot pegs to get him to stay up, but maybe, I lucked out. There you go. So I'm a liar. All right. Here is Thorin, and he's really cool too. And, you can see it looks like the actor. And look, he even has some gray in his hair. And, these guys are hundreds of years old, so. And the sword is removable, has a little resistance on there so it doesn't fall out too easily. And then it has his oaken shield, and I put some bands on there so that will stay on better. And he even has a sword on the back, an elfin sword that he found. And then that can go peg right in there. And sometimes I get him to stand pretty easily. But they all have, knee and hip articulation, elbows and shoulders and wrists, so pretty good. Especially for how tiny they are, And, not so lucky with him. All right, and then Killy and Philly. And so this is Philly. And he has weapons that do not come out. So look, he has little ankle axes. And then he has, forearm knives that don't come out. But he does have these dual blades here, squared off blades that fit opposite of each other in this back sheath, which is pretty cool, right? And there he is there. And, again, the articulation is all there, and the knees. And then his brother, Killy. And so he's got a sword. And you can fit that sword back here, actually in here, in the sheath. And then he's got some arrows. And then it has a bow that you can store in here. And, yeah, the arrows don't come out. That's right. All right. And, he has a little knife here that does not, it's attached to the belt, so that also does not come out. But there you go. That's Killy and Philly. And all right, and so there they go. And then you have Bilbo, and he's really neat. Smaller than the others. He's even got the hairy little feet. And it's got the knees, and look, you can see actually the hip joint. It's got, good hip joint in there for something so small, and you can turn the waist and, have a little bit of lateral action there. And the head moves, elbows and shoulders. And he's got his sword Sting that comes out. There you go. And then, his water bottle. And let's see. And then, I don't know, can store some stuff in there, right? Take that with him. All right, so there he is. All right, well, then the other company, BXT, all right, so you have Aragorn and Sauron. Now, the only thing is that Sauron, I think, is much bigger than Aragorn. So these are the same company, and they kind of made all the figures the same size. So here's Aragorn, and he's got a big old sword, right? And that's the legendary sword that cut off Sauron's fingers, smelted back together, and fits inside that sheath. It's a really long sword, isn't it? I don't think it looks like the actor really at all, but that's all right. So he's got a cloak, and the cloak does come off. So, they have really good articulation. And see, he's got the double knees and ankles, double elbow joints. See that? And the shoulder, it's got the fire. So really cool. And there's actually an overhead. He can put a hood on. I'll get that for you to show you that too. But all right, there he is. And then Sauron, looking all, shiny and chrome. Right? Mad Max reference there. And, but little, right? So there's the bendy Sauron, which I think is more the right scale. So I think that's it's not to this brand, but he's one of the bendies. And he's got, his big mace as well, but it's soft plastic, and it bends if you hold it like that. After a while, it starts to sag, and then you just turn it around, and then it sags the other way. And I just put that in his hand with a, use the little bands around there. But for a bendable, this is really, look at the quality of this. And you have all the little air holes, for the metal inside. But this ain't your grandpa's bendy. Like, this ain't no Gumby. Gumby is very simplistic. This is quite, with the paint and everything. It's really quite sophisticated. And he will, you can kind of bend him and keep him in a position. Just not a lot, which is fine. Because, Sauron isn't the kind of guy that needs to move around a whole lot. He doesn't do a whole lot of anything, right? He just has everybody else do stuff for him. And you can see his head looks like his tower. So, see, there's his tower. Remember, I did a show a little while ago on that. So there's all the minifigures in the tower. And actually, if you want to see minifigure Sauron next to this Sauron. So, there you go. Pretty cool. It's close. And there you go. And then that comparison there. Okay. All right. Well, and it wouldn't be complete without Legolas. And so here's Legolas. Now this looks mostly like the actor. And he's got this quiver holder on his back. Well, quiver, yeah. And so you can fit the arrows in here along with his bow. And here are his arrows. And you can just fit all the arrows in there. And they will seemingly, look at, these are some pretty massive arrows. They will seemingly lock themselves into there. And you'll think, oh, well, maybe they'll stay. Well, I thought that too. And I transported it from one room to the other and didn't realize they all fell out. But Mrs. GL1 is very good at finding things. And I said, will you please keep an eye out for some arrows on the floor that go to an action figure? And it wasn't long before she recovered them. So thank goodness for that. And so here you can see he even has his fingers in the position to pull a bow back. And, he's got all the great articulation as well. And his cape back there. And he comes with a couple of swords, little elfin swords, but on the downside, he cannot hold on to them because the hands are not made to the right size to hold on to them. They will fall out. So useless as far as that goes. So he comes with extra hands that will not hold the swords, and he comes with extra fists. Okay. Okay, so, and you can see on the hands, they even have articulation in these little hands. So, and they just pull out. You can just pull them out. But like I said, this is just going to have to go into a little storage bin so I don't lose them because the hands won't hold on to them. So this is how he's going to be. And, and the arrows too. Again, you'll have to be careful. But this on Amazon is $10, but they are discontinued. So if you're going to get any of these BST figures, if you can find them, get them soon. And here is the Gandalf. And you got to have a Gandalf, right? So here's Gandalf. Good articulation. He has different hands too. And he has a hand that will hold on to the sword so he can pull out the sword. And, Gandalf is quite a good swordsman as well. And, you can see he's got the double knees and everything. And I actually have a staff that looks almost exactly like this. It has it's just kind of the head like that and everything. And basically, it's really just a root that's upside down. And it was my son's, and it came out just exactly like that. And I put like a little glowing sphere on the top. So it's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go get the rest of the pieces for Aragorn. Be right back. Okay, so here's the hood that you can put on Aragorn. So that just fits on there like that. And you kind of fold that under his hair, I guess, to hold that on there. Okay, so that, he's cloaked and hooded and intimidating looking. And then you can change his hand. You can change his hand to, and you can see he has the ring on. The ring, I think it's his like sort of marital promise ring. It's not the, not one of the ring of power. And then he has a little dagger that comes out, but it doesn't have a place to put it on him. I haven't seen there's no pocket or anything. So that's just something waiting to get lost. And he has a quiver for arrows, but he doesn't come with a bow. So, go figure. And then here is the extra hands that you can put on Sauron. So you can see there he has the Ring of Power right there. Pretty neat, huh? That they thought of that detail. And see over here, there's the Ring of Power over there. All right, and I'm going to show you my wizard staff. So here it is. Here's the wizard staff. And you can see, I told you, it looks like his. And you can change the color of the light on it. So I got the light at 5 below. And then I use shoe goo, which I use on so many things, to hold that on to the staff. And so there you go. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care.